Hey guys, Jeremy Smith, Citadel Development Services. We're back in Austin, Texas today at the Industry Project, giving you guys an update. One of the biggest things that you guys are gonna see on this one is that, look what we got back here. Our buildings 3 and 4 are done now. I think the last time we came to you guys, we had buildings 1 and 2 framed up. I think we were starting some of the zip panel sheathing on the outside. Well, since then, we've got buildings 3 and 4 framed, sheathed. We've got everything roofed, so everything's in the dry. And that was one of our first big milestones, was to get kind of the shell closed up, roof on the building, so that we could start focusing on the interiors. Since that time, we've been working on the MEP, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. We started with buildings 1 and 2. We're gonna show you guys some of that here in a second. So what you're gonna see over the next few weeks is this project's gonna start moving really fast, right? So our next big milestone that we're tracking is to get the MEP inspected and approved by the city in all 4 buildings, right? So currently we're wiring, we're getting plumbed in, and we're putting all of our mechanical systems in. We're almost done with buildings 1 and 2. We're getting ready to start moving over to buildings 3 and 4. And again, we're tracking the next big milestone of just getting everything closed up so we can start putting drywall in, painting, and then it's really just cabinets, trim, doors, and we're gonna be pretty much wrapped up. The next big thing too that you guys are gonna see is we're gonna start the exteriors. We're waiting on our window and door package to show up. If you guys know, sometimes that's a longer lead item component of the project. We've almost got them on site. Once the doors and windows go in, then we're gonna finish all our waterproofing, and then we're gonna start the exteriors of the building. But come check some stuff out. So, as you guys will see, we've started roughing in the buildings now. As soon as we started getting decking on the roof, we started bringing our mechanical trades in. I know that's a little early. Some guys want to wait till they get roofs completely on, get it kind of dried in, and then they bring their mechanical trades in. We're on an aggressive schedule, so we might have taken a little bit of a risk. It worked out fine, but we got decked. We provided some temporary, we put plastic over the window openings so that we were somewhat, closed off from the weather. And then we started wiring. As you guys are gonna see, we've got all the electrical roughed in. We've got panels in. It's got most of the guts in the panels. All of our home runs are installed. Plumbing is roughed in. So all of our vents, all of our supply water is in, it's insulated. And what they're working on right now is our fire sprinkler system. So this particular building, all 4 buildings have a fire sprinkler system. So that's this peach colored water line that you see here. That's gonna be for our fire sprinkler system. But again, this building's done. I think building number 2 is done. We're gonna work on getting all of our interior inspections as we move from building to building. And then the next thing is to come in, clean everything up, and insulate, right? There's a waterproofing and an installation process that we're gonna go through. As we mentioned before, waterproofing and sound barrier and our envelope is very important. So we're working with a couple different third-party consultants to make sure that, number 1, we got the right design, which I think we do. Number 2, that we install everything correctly. So as we're going along, we're bringing those consultants in, double checking our work, right? Because as you guys know, waterproofing, sound, and the building envelope is extremely important just for the longevity of the build and just for performance reasons. So as we're getting and finalizing all of our interior inspections, we'll be ready to come in, clean up, do a specific sealing process, and then we're gonna start spray foaming and installing bat insulation. So another thing that's really critical at this stage is that you double and triple check the rough-in locations of electrical, plumbing, basically all your devices, right? So we've gone through, since we've got plumbing roughed in, since we've got electrical roughed in, our superintendent and project manager have been really diligent about walking around, pulling a tape measure on stuff, right? Everything's detailed out on the plans, or at least we can scale pretty accurately on the plans. And we're simply going unit to unit to unit, pulling a tape measure, making sure that everything is in the exact location that it needs to be. And then besides that, Again, the next big milestone is once we get insulated, we're gonna start running drywall, right? It's really important that at this phase that we go around and we're checking all of our framing, right? Make sure that we've got blocking in the right place. Blocking for grab bars, blocking for handrails, blocking for cabinets. Anything that's substantial that's gonna screw to the wall, we wanna make sure and have blocking behind it. As we walk around, you'll see that we got a lot of that already in place. We've got a whole nother walkthrough scheduled in a couple weeks to just check all of the blocking to make sure we've got everything we need. We also want to make sure that walls are straight, right? So we've got these big straight edges that we'll bring in, we'll put on the wall, make sure that the framing is straight, because the last thing you want to happen is you install all your drywall, you get all your mud work done, get everything floated out, and then you've got waves in the wall or you've got some kind of inconsistencies in the wall. So right now is the chance for us to go through, check everything. If we've got to adjust any studs, if we've got to move anything, add anything, now's the time to do it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick update on Industry Soma. The next time we come to you, we're gonna have a bigger transition, bigger transformation. The interiors are gonna start coming together, and then you're gonna see all the exteriors starting to get wrapped up. Windows in, doors in, our siding, our stucco. It's gonna come quick, so stay tuned. Thank you, guys.